This is your host, Dub FFG, with the Fantasy Football GOAT Strategies. How's it going today? Today, we're going to talk about Week 14, Showrunner, Out of the Shadows. Let's get to it. First, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. As you know, it really helps us grow. Let's continue. Recapping Week 13, we had 8 out of 11 picks correct. That gave us a 73% success rate. That's right where we want to be, of course, 70 and above. So, hey, we're in the ballpark. We're where we need to be. Week 14, must start and sleepers. We're looking at Tua Tagovailoa versus the Chargers, Tony Pollard versus the Texans. Both Tony and Zeke should eat pretty big in that game. Jamal Williams versus the Vikings, Derrick Henry versus Jacksonville. Now, you know King Henry normally likes to feast on the Jags, so look for him to continue his normal feast. Christian Kirk versus the Titans, Patrick Mahomes versus Denver. IDP and DST, we're looking at the Cowboys defense versus the Texans, and Minkah Fitzpatrick versus the Ravens. Here's a word from our sponsors. It's that time of year again, and it's time to get your team gear. From hats and apparel, Liz has the answers. This season, Liz has your favorite team's sideline gear. Click the link in the description to get your favorite team's gear. Lids. Stat combo for the week, Geno Smith and Tyler Lockett versus the Panthers. Week 14, the showrunner, out of the shadows. This is the last week for fantasy football regular season for most leagues. So, are you fighting for a final playoff spot? Or are you sitting and waiting knowing that you're going to make the playoffs? Is that you? So week 14, you need to run away with victory. With Tony Pollard, Ezekiel Elliott, Derrick Henry, those type of guys. See, don't jeopardize your fantasy football playoff position by overthinking it or making a certain change that you haven't made all year. Keep it simple. See, there are big matchups like the Dolphins versus the Chargers this week. Play all of the players in those games. Even the Cowboys and the Texans, play all of your Cowboy players, because those guys should be putting up big fantasy numbers this particular week. And if you're in the middle of the pack, where you're just above 500 or you're below 500 and you need to win this game to get that final spot, then do so. Keep it simple. Shoot for the stars with the players that you have, or the studs that you have mainly. And again, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it all, because those top teams, those 1 or 2 teams that are in first or second place, they won't see you coming. Keep it simple. Keep it pushing. Run out of the shadows into the light. Surprise, surprise. Chess mind, poker face. This is your host, Dub FFG. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.